Welcome, everyone. Is there someone present?
Thank you.
Yes, everyone's present.
Thank you. So, are you ready for a little integration?
Oh, yes.
Yes, definitely. Can you give me just one moment more?
This might be a little painful experience if you resist. So let's start with painting environment in your imagination. You may close your eyes, breathe easily and lovingly. Now, is anyone willing to tell us what do you see? I'll tell you what I see. It's the land full of flowers, cool breeze, and shining sun. Everything is blooming, everything is thriving. There is a lot of life around. I see the ocean, great ocean, and it's calm. Shivering reflection of the sun on the surface of the ocean. I sit on the ground, my bare feet touching it firmly, gently. I'm feeling the vibe. And in my hands, I hold the baby. There is no one else around, just is me and the baby and animals and flowers and insects. Just right now, big mosquito sitting on the face of the baby, right where his open wound is. I don't want to kill the insect. So first I just ask him to leave, and he can. His blood is too tasty, delicious. And baby wakes up and cries. And the mosquito leaves. This baby had been injured and it cannot stop crying now. It has been injured by a wolf pack. So now these feelings in me, what do? I wish to stop the suffering of the baby, and yet there is nothing I can do about it right now. So I just love the baby. I love myself for not being able to help a baby. I just let the pain of the baby and of me float away, dive into ground. And I smile as I feel the relief while the baby is still crying loud, screaming. And then it calms down, catches the glimpse of my smile, it retracts it and giggles back. Me and the baby are one now. And our wounds are healing now in this state, delightful state of convergence. Now, to change the subject. How sweet of you are to stay and integrate. Yeah. Because you know, when you let the pain exist, let the pain be there, will open you up to see much more. Pain is a veil that is put over your eyes. And as you allow it to exist, it becomes more transparent. Now, really, to change the subject, let's expand some more on the structure of the universe and what role dark matter plays in there. As you understand it, nothing is for mundane reasons. Everything has a meaning, everything has a purpose, and not just one. So the name, you call it dark matter, actually means it's negative in a way. And the way is there is not so much information needed. So where there is grouping of intelligence, accumulation of intelligence, there is most probably accumulation of thinking patterns, and that is not necessary to hold the universe together, you know. The universe will expand more if you stop thinking that much. There's nothing wrong with analyzing, but we suggest you always stay as an observer when you're analyzing. Because when you're too much involved, You are being subject to your analyzation. Leads to diminishment, to one-way thinking. So as an observer, as allowing one, as loving one, you can see greater perspective. You can see more truth. You can see more freedom of choice. You need not to be overwhelmed by the choices. Just follow your heart, follow your excitement, and you will automatically know which direction serves you best. And that is alignment with your natural self. Then you are taking the path of least resistance and least pain. So relax in not knowing. Perhaps this is a proper moment to say that our channeling will change from now on. We will not answer personal questions directly, just in riddles, to provoke you, perhaps get angry a little, and then change the vibration to determination to find out for yourself. We encourage you here to trust your imagination. What it brings you first is usually the right answer, even though it might seem illogical at times. Don't worry, your greatest strength lies on the edge of the paradox. You can say it's a tantric style of life. how beautiful, soothing energies we perceive. So quiet, so accepting. You can be determined. You can be focused and still remain relaxed. I'm back.
Well, that pissed me off.
Sorry?
I said that made me mad.
Yeah. Alright. That's self-determination.
I'm really mad now. Oh.
I need a drink.
Well,
Yeah, well. Well, you heard that, guys. Trust your instincts.
yeah, I keep wondering about that because, well, not the instincts part. Whenever I'm speaking to any of the entities like the Cash or Hira or any of the others that come in, I find that even though I want to ask a question, more than half the time there's something telling me they're not going to give you the answer. Find out for yourself.
Well, and what's been running through my head all day and kind of last night too is the answer is within the question. The answer is within the question. And so every time I think we go to ask a question, we really know we have the answer already, and we're just not ready to trust it.
Yeah.
And so when you're hearing, and I'm the same way, it's like I want to ask questions, but then when I do, I already know the answer. So then it's almost like you almost feel foolish asking the question because it's like you can hear the entity telling you, you already know the answer, you know.
Why are you asking?
Right. What are you asking me for? You know, listen to yourself, listen to your heart. You know, what have we been telling you for 3 decades? You know, wake up. Listen.
3 decades, so.
I just mean, you know what I mean? That
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
not, but so that yeah, I keep hearing, but I think where I get stuck and where I get frustrated is because I also know that the answer is a different frequency than the question, and you have to.
That's true.
So
And
if the answer, if you know what I mean, so if the answer is within the question, but it's really a different frequency, then you really need to remove yourself from the frequency of the question in order to receive the answer, and that's really, I think, what the message is here.
Anyone else want to get involved? Jaguar.
The reason I got mad was the first thing that came to my head was, well, what do you mean you're not going to answer any more personal questions? We finally got to this point. We're all excited to hear about all the things that we don't know about ourselves.
Exactly.
And then now you're going to tell me you're not going to ask any questions because we need to find the answers on our own? What the crap?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Roxy's show?
Yeah, that's
know. I missed it. I didn't get to listen at all. And usually I like to listen because I like to call in and ask questions. And I just had different. My heart was pulling me in different directions today, so I just had to follow where my heart was telling me to go. So anyway, I really missed it, but I do want to. Is it just? No, wait, it started an hour ago, didn't it? Well, an hour ago my time, I think.
hours long. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was funny because that was the first thing I was like, I got mad, and then and then she says, and I know that's going to make you angry, but it'll make you determined.
And Paku, you there? Nitrous, you have anything to add?
Maybe everybody's listening to Roxy. I haven't even gotten to listen to the, what's today, Saturday, the Friday download.
Yeah, that was really good.
Hers?
That one.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet this morning.
Yeah. Got up at 5 o'clock this morning.
I slept late, I'll tell you what. I was so damn tired. I don't know, I think I was really busy last night in the night because I woke up just exhausted. But I think yesterday was really exhausting. Not in a bad way. I don't mean in a bad way. I just mean I felt like really mentally fatigued.
Yeah,
this
a
morning.
lot of
You know what I mean?
yesterday.
Yeah. And it wasn't like in a bad way. It wasn't heavy. It was just like, wow.
It's a lot. We're not used to
It's like, yeah, my mind's really tired, you know. And it felt really bad because I mean I've been practically on here all day, every day, all week, and my poor dog, I haven't even like walked him or anything. So I was like, okay, we'll go for a walk today. And I needed to get some. I think I needed to expend some of this energy anyway. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I need to go for a walk. We walked the track a couple of times, and I felt much better.
Have you been connecting to the trees?
That's really funny. I can't believe you asked me that. I was trying to talk. I was trying to talk to the Terrapians in Gongolina today. That's interesting that you asked me that.
No, I was trying to do that yesterday, and today I just, you know, forgone it. But like, I really want to speak to them.
So it's interesting that you brought that up today specifically, you know, because, oh, what happened? Oh, that was so funny. Ah, I had forgotten about that. I put my hand on the tree,
Hmm.
and I usually get some sort of something, whether it's a message or a vibration or, and anyway, I put my hand on the tree and I was kind of sitting there waiting, and I was kind of doing an exchange of, you know, hi, how you doing? Do you have any information for me today, kind of thing, and you know, sending my love, and then all of a sudden this big ass mosquito comes and it starts to like bite me, and I'm like smacking at it, and I'm like, okay, forget it.
Yeah, I don't know what it
I just can't concentrate.
from me as well.
I'm like, I just can't concentrate. The mosquitoes here are so bad. I can't even. It's like even now, I want to sit outside, and they're just so bad you can't even sit out there. It's driving me insane. So I either have to, I need to get my essential oils because I know once I want to start making my own repellent,
Hmm.
and I just haven't. I just haven't. I've been too lazy to order them, is all. But it just hasn't been the right time. Let me put it that way. So anyway, um, so I didn't want to have to put like insect repellent on me, so I got frustrated and I just went in the house.
Yeah, I started putting my hands on the trees, at least to say good morning.
But
And
the
then
thing,
I sat on one tree that had really large roots to it. But then the cars kept passing by in front of me, and I got distracted.
exactly. So,
Something was happening to my brain at the time, to tell you the truth.
but what try instead also trying to visualize a complete exchange of information. So I found also by not just by saying good morning, but also by asking.
Yeah.
You know, you know, may I have your energy today? What is it that you know, have to say to me today, or what message would you like to convey? That
Mhm.
kind of thing, and I think it'll help you open up to listening. But yeah, I think sometimes we, excuse me, um, manifest our own distractions.
Right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Truth.
Hi. I was away for a while. Did I miss anything?
We're just sort of chatting and listening, and but Branty was channeling. I don't know how long have you been gone. But other than that, just the last few minutes, we've just been sharing the ideas from the channeling.
No.
And right now, Sarah and I were just discussing conversing with the trees. Specifically, Gongolina from the Terrapian civilization.
Yeah, I heard about Gongolina. Who is that?
I'm trying to open my window here. Gongolina is an entity that Roxy channeled from the Terrapian civilization, which are actually the tree. It's like the tree. Here, I have it written down. I have a little bit written down of the day that I listened to it. But yeah, you'll have to catch it if you can on Odyssey of Ascension, Roxy's. I can't remember. I think it shows it in the description of the video. It actually, and it's spelled Tearapian. That's the name of the actual civilization, Gongolina. was the entity, and that they're all around us all the time. And the message was tree friend greetings from Radiant One. That was it. But anyway, it was a really good video. So anyway, I've been, because I've always been kind of talking to the trees, and so once I heard that, I felt a little bit more sane about doing so.
So, Nitrous, how did you feel about the question today that you posed?
I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it during Jim's webinar?
Yes.
What was the question? I haven't seen it yet.
The question was that I asked Takur on a date.
Oh, that's right. How did that go?
She said she already has a mate, but she said that she'll meet with me and talk to me, and she said that there are other Lyrans.
That may want to speak to him about that.
So how fun is that? Oh, that is way awesome. I'm telling you what, sometimes I swear that that Lakesh is sending me sexy songs in my head.
Oh, goodness.
I swear. I mean,
sex with someone.
like all of a sudden I'll be thinking about Lakesh, and all of a sudden, like you know, like let's get it on. Will come on the radio. I'll be like, dude, really? Come on. I am not joking. I am not joking. It was like 3 songs in a row, and I was like, okay, I get the message. So yeah, that's pretty.
Want to add anything to the minutes?
So don't feel funny, really. Oh, that's so cool, though. I hope you remember your date so you can tell us about it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I found out who the entity was that I was channeling the day before. His name is Ektar. Wait, Entork.
So, Ektar what?
Entork.
Is it the same Ektar?
No, not Ektar. Entork.
Oh, Entork. I understand. Okay. Entork.
Do you know what breed he is? What type of species?
Takur told me he was Lyran.
Oh, Lyran. Okay.
And it was his first time channeling.
Oh, very good. And he did so well with you because there wasn't even any like, "Ooh, I feel energy," or he did it so quietly.
Oh, that's funny, Sarah. I missed my 11:11, and I looked down and it was 11:17. That's funny. That's pretty cool, though, that you channeled and that was that entity's first time as well. Well, you know what? I imagine that it's going to be the entity's first time just as it is our first time. Mm-hmm. Because who else would they be? You know what I mean?
Right. If this is the first time this ascension has happened, at least in this manner.
Right, yeah, exactly. the way we understand.
The way we understand it in this manner.
Yes.
They're all interested in us, and we would be the first people that they would contact. So
So I would think that, yeah, so that I think that that would stand to reason then that this is really new. I think we need to remember that, and we take that for, that we forget this is the first time for them too. So they're just as maybe, I don't know if they perceive nervousness, but you know what I mean? Maybe it's just as foreign to them as it is to us,
right.
Is it just the two of you?
Hi, El. No.
Well, there's a lot of us, but it seems that the two of us are the only ones speaking at the moment. So we're just carrying on a conversation. Oh, Jaguar, you wanted to jump in?
Oh, please. Oh,
I was
no.
going to say that I am listening.
What's that?
I was going to say that I am listening. I am practicing listening.
Ah.
Okay. Nice. I'm outside with the baby, so I would love to jump in when I can, and I will try to listen as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go right ahead.
Everyone's listening today.
We were just talking, Al, that Nitrous was just telling us about the entity that he just channeled, and you just found out the name of the entity, and that it was his. That was your first time too, right, Nitrous?
Yes.
So it's his first time channeling, and it was his entity's first time as well. So we were just talking about how probably most of the entities that are channeling with us, it's probably their first time as well as our first time.
Jaguar, you want to say something?
Yes. Before I responded to an invitation to share, I asked for a moment and then I was busy addressing other issues. You were having a discussion. Is it appropriate to shift the topic now?
Yes. Of course.
Very well. One moment. Greetings.
Greetings, Amy.
Greetings, Sarah.
How
How are
is it?
you doing today?
Oh, just learning and observing.
Very well. Greetings, Wendy.
Greetings. I'm sorry, who am I speaking with?
This is Aha Kitini.
Hello. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear from you.
It is my pleasure and honor to be in your presence. Greetings to Pegasus, I believe. Is this correct?
Yes.
Greetings, Pegasus. I come to address a few ideas, but first of all, I would like to ask you if you would like to deepen your practice of channeling, for this is my excitement to assist humans in their processes. So if you wish,
I would
I am
love.
at
would
your
like that very
service now. Would you like to do so?
Yes.
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 Would you like to share a bit on your experience and some aspects you might be curious or interested to explore, Pegasus?
Well, the energy felt good, and uh, when the people asked me what his name was, I got a message saying that it was not the right now to say what his name was.
Yes.
And, what else? I don't know. I have nothing else. that I want. Well, I have nothing else that I wanted to know.
So if I understand correctly, you were mainly curious on the entity's identity and name. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you have a name already? I believe so.
Yes.
Tucker gave it to you today. Is this correct?
Yes.
So in a sense, your curiosity is already satisfied.
Yes.
Still, there are aspects of you that are wishing to, let's say, move forward. That is why I'm here at this moment. Would you like to do so now, or would you prefer to, let's say, give yourself some time to process the new information you got today?
Now is always good. I prefer now.
Very well. It is your choice, therefore I will honor it. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Very well. I would suggest you draw your attention into your body and deepen your breath. You may choose to close your eyes and just focus on your whole body while maintaining some attention in your breath. Also draw it to your heart, to the center of your chest. I would ask for all that are not speaking at the time to please mute your microphones for there not to be any disturbances of those that are focusing. If you would, please do so. Nia tuho hokuotaka. Mehinia tashuruo tukuo kotie haka.
Hello.
Hello.
It is nice to be here.
Greetings. It is a very high honor to have your presence here at this moment. Could you please share your name?
My name is Entark.
Entark. Welcome. Greetings to you, Entark. My name is Ahakitini.
Hello there.
It is a high honor to be in your presence. Entark, do you have a message for this group at this time you would like to share?
Be in the now. Be love. Focus on what you love. Do not stray from your path to ascend. That is all I have for now.
Very well. Thank you, Entark.
Yes. Are there any questions?
The floor is open. If anyone has a question, please bring it forth.
Entalk, I have a question for you, if I may.
Yes.
From where do you speak?
I speak. I am sitting. Excuse me. The conduit is unsure. He is nervous.
Very well, Pegasus. I invite you to take some deep breaths and take your time to recover your center. Then allow yourself back into the state you prefer. Please take your time and focus on your breath if you wish.
He is centered. In answer to your question, I am aboard a ship.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Can I ask you what race are you, if that is appropriate?
I am feline. Lyrian. Fourth density.
Thank you. Can you see if I have any connections with Lyrans? I think I do.
If you think you do, focus on it. If you do, they will come. I do feel a connection that you have with the Lyrians.
Thank you.
Yes.
You said on a ship to
Yes.
Earth, sir? Are you here on Earth?
Above the earth, yes.
And what region?
On top of the North American continent.
Have you ever been to Europe?
I cannot say I have.
That's all right. would we see you if you are a fourth density and we are, I don't know, here, I guess we're not.
Did someone say something?
Yes, did you hear me?
No. Please
Could we see you? You said you were fourth density, and I guess we are not fourth density. Could we see you?
If I lowered myself, then yes, you would be able to.
And we can go high. We can go higher, and then we see you.
Yes. It must be halfway.
And how can we do that?
Raise your vibration in love.
Could I see you?
You could. Anyone can.
Does that mean that I have appropriate vibration to see you?
Yes. It needs a little work, but yes.
I'm very pleased.
Happy to help. Any more questions?
May I ask you where specifically above North America you are?
That information is not coming through.
I understand. Do you have a special purpose here to help us here on Earth, that you are above us? Is there a specific purpose to your energy here?
I am here to help humanity to ascend.
Thank you.
Could you teach us some universal teachings or ideas or impartations?
The only universal thing that is coming through right now that you could teach yourself is to love yourself and others universally without any expectations of getting things in return. That is the most important thing that you need to know.
Yes. What do you value most in your culture, or what do you hold dear to heart personally?
Life and everything she has to offer.
You consider her a female, feminine source?
Feminine, masculine, whichever you prefer.
Ah,
Hello, Intork. It's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Do I better connect with my Lyran aspect?
Focus on it. Meditate on it. Make it your heart's desire.
Thank you.
hello, Entork. May I ask what you enjoy most about your interactions with humanity?
Your ascension. And the conduit cannot say.
We understand.
Pegasus, sometimes our choice of words is limiting for the entity. This is common and something to accept and integrate. Sometimes one just needs to breathe for a while and allow the information to process itself in different ways so it can express itself best. Does that resonate with you?
Yes. Need some time.
Yes. Focus on breathing and grounding. Then the information will come out.
Yes.
So can you tell us what is your average day? What does it look like?
The conduit cannot say.
That's all right.
Antark, do you have some questions for us? Would you like to explore any idea at this time?
How are you all doing?
Excellent.
I'm well, thank you.
Embracing the now.
Good. Do that.
Doing just fine.
Wonderful.
Yes.
How are you doing?
am fine.
Where are you now?
In a ship.
Can you tell what area?
Above North America.
Is your ship visible to anyone from, of our of humans?
I can make my ship visible to anyone by lowering the vibration.
And how does it look like?
Disc with some what you might call dome-ish coming out of the top.
Okay. And are you alone on the ship, or there are more of you?
By myself.
So how long have you been here, close to your ship?
A while.
Did you interact with humans anyhow? Yeah.
In a sense, yes. But that I cannot say at this time. I am here to help the conduit practice with this channel.
Wonderful.
How do you spell your name?
In your language, N-T-O-R-K.
That's the E as an elephant?
Yes.
Okay. And outside of helping us to ascend, what is your area of expertise, like science, art? What exactly do you do?
I do specialize, but as for what, I cannot say right now.
Okay.
What is your highest joy?
Helping others in whatever they need.
Do you have any children?
One.
Just to ask. It's a question, just to get to know you.
One child.
Oh, one.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said one.
One child.
As far as what the conduit is able to translate, one so far.
Very good.
And your location of origin in the galaxy or your species, have we encountered you before? Are you a certain species we know of? As far as human colony has been started relations with, or humanity?
Lion energy. You call
Right?
lion.
Lion. Are you from Sirius?
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Dark, I would like to ask, what's the status of your connection through the conduit? It seems to be waning somewhat, and I'm concerned for his well-being. He seems to be bordering what is correct for this practice session. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Very well. There, I would thank you for your presence. And invite you. Yes.
Sorry about that. My father was calling.
Ah, okay.
What were you saying?
I was asking about your experience of the conduit's state. He seems to be bordering his comfort, let's say, at this practice session. Am I perceiving correctly?
Bordering, yes.
Yes. Then I would respectfully invite you back whenever it is appropriate for him and yourself, and finish this transmission by inviting you to say your goodbyes and everyone at this session to say their goodbyes, if it is acceptable to you.
He understands, yes, and he says his goodbyes, and he says much love to all of you.
Oh, thank you, Nitrous.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Namaste.
There you go, Pegasus.
Yes, that was very well done.
Congratulations.
That was excellent.
Jaguar said I was bordering.
Bordering your well-being, like you're approaching. I wasn't clear. I'm sorry. My English sometimes gets a little bit stuck. Bordering your not to say limits, but well-being. You see.
His comfort level.
Yeah, yeah. You're bordering your.
What's healthy?
Yeah, exactly.
So, in other words, I'm not allowing some things to come through.
No, not at all. That's not what I meant. What I meant is that it's like an analogy. It's not necessarily true, but for our current state of average current state of development, it's possibly a useful metaphor. It's like picking up weights, lifting weights. You may find it useful to be progressive, start and then go longer and longer and deeper in your connection, so you don't overexert yourself, so to speak. Does that make sense?
So in other words, I need more practice.
Yeah, and I'm in a way looking out for you,
Yeah, it's just trying to take care of your health, because conduits who do it for more than an hour, usually, I think, beginning out, or maybe max an hour in the beginning, it's that they kind of say, rule of thumb, just not do it too much longer, because your brain is, your mind and your brain is a muscle, and it is an EMF field, so to speak, and you just have to keep it fine-tuned. And what Jaguar is speaking to is you will get better and better, just like any athlete trains and practices, they'll get better at their craft. But just like any athlete, there's a limit to where you'll start pulling muscles, or you'll injure yourself if you do it too long. Similar in this sense, your body will become in a weaker state if you do it too long, when you can keep it healthy in shorter spans.
Well, my body feels fine. I think there's a slight tinge in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
From my third eye area.
Yeah, I was sensing something, and that's why I wanted to, in a sense, finish it. doing for you what others have done for me. You know, sometimes I was getting too excited and going for a very long time without looking out for my well-being. So that was the intention behind it. You know, to help you also calibrate your effort level, so to speak. So, yeah.
No.
May I tell you, Pegasus, that I do feel a connection there to you and your entity. I'm not really sure what it is. Something to do with the lion.
Connection between me and lions.
And also my and Pegasus. So I'm not really sure what the connection all is there, but I could feel it when you were together. And I believe that, and I also believe that a question was answered. Yes, I know it now. Yes, a question of mine had been answered to do with his ship, but I cannot say because he cannot say.
Oh.
Yes, we touched upon some classified issues or subjects, and we are on the record, so there are some safeguards in place.
Correct, I felt that as well. But thank you. I wanted to thank you for that because you probably were not aware that I was feeling that or that I was having a question answered. So thank you for that transmission.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Pegasus, do you what is your understanding or interactions with the entity? Do you know, he says he's of a lion energy. Do you know of anything more in detail of his background?
I do not.
Okay.
How fun is that, you know?
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, and to have information come through and mentally not having the information and the details and the conscious awareness about whatever is coming through, you know. It's my experience. You know, some people have all the details and a lot of information, others don't. I resonate to that, Pegasus, and it's totally fine, you know, to be comfortable with not knowing. You know, sometimes it's useful to know, other times I would.
It's funny that you bring that up, Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question to that effect.
Yes, that's one of the ideas also Ahagiti wanted to address, but first he wanted to give priority to Pegasus, and yeah, so if you guys want to then address that, we could do. First I would need a short break also.
All right.
I will be leaving in 45 minutes.
Yes, go ahead. Have some water as well.
I probably will not be back until later on in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Family thing going on.
That's okay. Take your time.
But I'll be right back in about 15 minutes, and I'll come back and stay on as long as I can before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Like, I'm not leaving the chat. I'm just gonna leave my chair.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone else.
Hello.
So what shall we discuss now since we're waiting?
Well, I have a question. I'm sorry, my dog's barking. Is Lyran or Lyran also, is it lion or is that completely a separate
It has feline characteristics for sure. I would never. I mean, at this point, I would never.
Yeah, I guess
There's
we can't even begin to
out there.
speculate, can we?
Yeah. There's so many species. I mean, I'm sure there's. I mean, really, at the grand scheme of it, probably
It's an infinite,
incredible amount of feline species.
an
Yeah.
infinite number of possibilities, I suppose, right?
Yeah, it's funny how we're learning that all of the animals that we have here has a
An
pretty
essence.
decorrelation everywhere else. You know?
Yeah. I think that's what, you know what, I think you just touched on something too, Sarah, that I experienced also with the spirit of flight, was that the feather, and which led me to the bird, which led to the eagle. I have an eagle that I have many pictures of, that hunts on my property, not down south. And it's interesting that you said that, because I'm starting to be more cognizant of the understanding that the spirit guides can speak to us through the animals on our planet.
Hey, just to add to that, it's interesting. Coming from Nepal, there's like just so many gods and goddesses that you can think of. Like, there's like carvings of every single type of gods or goddesses there is. And growing up, it was very normal. But now looking back, there's an entity or a sculpture called Garuda, and
Yeah,
it has the eagle head and the wings and the human body.
Really?
There's another entity that's called Hanuman. It has monkey face and the body of a human. There's when you guys were talking about the lion,
Yes.
we have in our mythology something called Narasimha, and we go and watch it, that dance. It happens, I think, like once every year on a certain, maybe like solstice, and when the person puts the mask of that Narasimha, which is the lion face, suddenly he gets possessed by this energy, and it's wild. But that Narasimha entity is there, and it has a lion face. Yeah.
I
So
wonder if that's too.
and talking about Sarah's, that comment, actually, I have read or heard someone speak about how on Earth all these species that we have is actually kind of like a palette of every living entities, or like for example insects. Like we look at insects, we have insectoid species which are extremely intelligent. They can stand upright and all that stuff, like the mantids or the mantoids. I mean, we look at like little.
Right, I was just thinking that every single thing we've created here
Every
is
single thing here is actually somewhere, the intelligent life somewhere else on the planet, and Earth is actually like this, what do you call, accumulation of all these things. So that's why they call Earth as, like, I think, a paradise, or this very, very special planet.
Well, see, I have always myself looked at the story of the Ark as that representation of exactly that.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what it was supposed to be metaphorically symbolizing. That a lot of people took a little.
Not a literal, exactly. And so I've always sort of sensed that, and I'm so happy to hear somebody else putting it into words. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Can you clarify? Are you somehow saying, because a picture just came into my mind when you mentioned the Ark, and are you somehow saying that instead of animals the way we see the Ark holding, it was actually holding other beings when the floods came? Instead of
you're thinking of it too much in a literal sense, Sarah. No,
it's just a picture just popped into my head.
I think the point is just that it was a representation. The animals on the Ark, and the Ark is the earth, and the animals on it are all the animals that are here on the earth are representations of all the entities of all the multiverse.
That would be a better.
That's the whole.
Earth is the art. That's a
Right.
better explanation.
We've
That's what
been
I was thinking also.
we've been confirmed that Earth is an extremely critical place because it's so unique and it's so diverse.
Yes.
So we don't realize that diversity in the real sense of it. We just think of it as, oh, there's a dog, there's an eagle, there's a cat. They don't talk, they don't have consciousness, so we don't hold them in high priority, but they are extremely essential and equals to us in the grand scheme of it.
Exactly.
And we're lucky to be interacting with all of them, but we take it for granted. And we're like, oh, it's a dog, and but it's actually something we can learn an incredible amount from the canine species. And my grandfather trained black Labradors for 35 years, and I saw amazing things these dogs could do with the intelligence levels.
Yeah. And I was just going to say that too about the dogs and the animals here. And well, it's funny. I have a dog, but I actually call him my beautiful lion all the time. Now I don't know why. It's because in my mind he's representing a lion as well. Somehow, I don't know how, but yes, and I believe that that's part of what the spirit of was trying to tell me too is that all of those the Native Americans understood that each of these creatures that are here are the representations of the entities of all that is.
And even ourselves, because animal spirits.
Right, and ourselves, correct. Yes.
Yeah. And they were very in tune to that, and then we lost track of that with, obviously looking at history. But yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it be interesting, like, if someone new channeled and the entity came in as a rooster or a pig entity? That'll be funny.
Actually, I'm not sure if you were here when I said that, but I had a dream that I was looking for children, and these children were being mutilated, but there were some that were still alive. And so I was looking for them in order to save them, but they had pig noses.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
I'm so serious. And it turns out that I asked Roxy about this because I said that didn't make any sense to me. They all had pig noses. And she says, well, that's actually in a future, in linearly speaking, there's a future lifetime where you are an oversoul, and because of your compassion, you came back down to help them, but you wanted to help them to help themselves, basically. So, like, that was actually another species that, it was an alien species, but in my dream, I pictured a pig nose to tell me that they were alien.
Well, that's really funny, too, because I had a dream that I was at some friend's house, and they actually had a pig as a pet, which isn't all that unusual, but most people don't have pigs as pets.
Well, some people have pigs as pets.
So, no, I said some people do. Yes, absolutely. But it was, I just thought it, but it was almost like it was more than a pet. I don't know how to describe it really.
Well, yeah.
More part of the family, not necessarily a pet, but part of the family. But it was still looked like a pig. It wasn't like a person looking like a pig. It was an actual little pig. But I just thought it was funny that I also had a dream about a pig.
Yeah. No, it's honestly, at this point, we have to break down any barriers or limitation because there is no limitation. We live in an environment. And so people.
I think we're all still trying to not be surprised about what we're seeing.
Yeah, fear of the unknown. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Wendy, you just made an absolutely fantastic point about the treating the pig more like a member of the family. And I've actually, I've just been sent a little something about this. It's when we start to see our animal counterparts as more than just a pet, as more than just an animal slave, more like a member of the family, as we would treat our own children, as we would treat our parents. That's when we've started to move in a much better direction, because we're moving to a point where animals are their own entity. They are more than just they're more than just a thing that we go and buy for our children at Christmas. they've already passed that. They're moving on to a point where we're able to stop in the street and actually be able to communicate with the birds in the street, with dogs that we've never seen before, but they're so friendly to us. So we're getting to that point.
It's just it's so uncanny that you brought that up, because see, here I am surprised about another synchronicity. But yet just the last several weeks I've been really trying to see my own dog as my companion and not beneath me. And I have found lately, and I almost had to laugh out loud this morning, because when I first got him, I taught him how to ring the bell to let me, I have a bell that just hangs from the door, and I taught him how to ring the bell when he needs to go out. And lately, I would say in the last 3 to 4 days, at least that I'm now thinking about, he stopped ringing the bell. And so this morning, I was like, what, you know, just tell me what you want. Why aren't you ringing the bell anymore? And he looked up at me, and I heard clear as if he said it with his lips, I'm not ringing the bell because you're supposed to be trying to hear me in my mind. And I was like, okay, point taken. So
That's amazing.
So it was really funny, because it occurred to me, like in the last week, that he has been refusing to use the previous means of communication, because he's trying to tell me, you can talk to me, you're the one who thinks you can't.
You want to be a friend, not a slave.
Exactly. Yeah, and now that I've always looked at him as my companion and not, but recently, especially because he's kind of got where he gets a mind of his own, like all creatures do, and wants to go to places that I don't want him to go, more for inconvenience than anything else, but for his safety as well. But I found myself almost having to laugh at myself, because I thought, you know, he's just another being, and and by me denying him, and I don't mean to allow him to do things that would bring him harm. I don't mean that. I just mean I looked at him in just this new light, like he's a being, I'm a being, and so I'm looking at it less as a mischievous thing, I think. And certainly not a personal thing, you know, because sometimes I think we think our pets do things to us on purpose just to toy with us, which I'm still not convinced that they don't. But
they definitely do. Yeah. They are basically that's the easiest way for them to get us to get our attention.
Exactly.
We start to think, if they're playing with me, then perhaps they have a mind of their own, and then that's where they start going, oi, pay attention to me. I'm a living thing just like you.
And the more I've allowed him to explore being a mind of his own, he's showing me, I do have a mind of my own.
Yes, we can hear you, Paul. Yes.
So it's just, I just thought that was funny how you just
right. It will be reciprocated. The amount you allow them to be, you know, to their highest self and their fullest potential, they will reciprocate it back and start, I'm sure, showing you more and more incredible experiences of, wow, I didn't realize you had that kind of understanding or do that, or kind of bring me.
There's a very interesting story that I would like to add in here. Actually, this woman from Australia says she has conversation with pets, and there was this jaguar, a black jaguar, that was brought into this captivity of of this farmer, and he used to raise like animals, tigers, cheetahs, like from childhood, and so he's completely good with them, right? So he plays with them and all that stuff. But the jaguar never came out, like for about 6 months or something, and every time the guy goes closer to him, the jaguar just kind of like growls at him and stuff like that. So when the woman, the the person who can have this conversation with animals, came there, she said like, hey, the jaguar is telling me that he doesn't like his name, because the name was called God, what was the name? I forgot. It was something related to fire, Diablo, and the jaguar didn't like it. Yeah, and so they changed his name. They changed his name to Spirit, right?
Oh.
And also what the jaguar said, the first thing he said to the woman was, "How are my 2 kids?" And so the woman relayed that information to the people, and the people were shocked because even they had forgotten that, you know, he had kids, you know, that the jaguar actually had kids. So that was a validation for them that the jaguar was actually communicating with the lady. And I mean, there's a whole story. It's so amazing. And after like all that stuff, you know, the guy actually cried and said that, hey, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna expect anything from you. You know, you are free to do whatever you want. I just want you to relax and all that stuff. And the guy cried in front of him, you know, saying how sorry he was. And later that day, the jaguar actually came out, walked around, and every time the guy said, "Oh my God, you look so handsome," and called his name Spirit, the jaguar always answered back like wow, like, you know, with his sound. So it's a
Yeah,
very interesting story.
that's amazing.
Beautiful.
Devil.
Yeah, and, right, and, exactly. So the animal said he didn't even like his name. How amazing is that?
I
And
truly believe that animals do.
it's a true story. It's a
Yes.
true story.
Very
It shows how
important.
much they own it.
Yes, it's so funny that the different entities, they say the names don't matter. And we take it very seriously with the name because we then can appreciate who you are as a separate being by your name. And they keep telling us the names are not important. So it's really nice to hear that the animals on this earth feel the same way. It's really nice to hear that.
Hi, I'm back.
Hello. Take a sip.
Are you feeling well?
Fine.
Beautiful.
Oh, bye-bye, Jaguar.
He left, but says bye to all.
Yeah.
I thought he had a
Narcissus says-
question.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought he had a question. I was going to see.
What is going on now? Is someone channeling or not?
Not at the moment.
No.
Ah, okay, good. So, guys, can you share in the group? Has someone started a healthy diet or changed his lifestyle? Some experiences if someone have done that, because I personally I'm eating meat at the moment and I don't feel the need of stopping, but eventually this will change.
That's funny, Al, because we were just talking about it earlier today, just in general. We were talking about cooking, and Sarah was making eggs and turkey bacon, and then we started talking about how I really do prefer to eat fruit. But I am still eating meat sometimes because I do still crave it. However, I also understand from Bashar that at least for now, we will probably continue some of our original cravings, but we also have to understand that it is not a negative thing, that we are just sharing energy, and not to feel guilty about eating meat because they understand, talking about the animal kingdom, they understand that we're sharing energy. But yes, I think we're all gravitating more towards fruits and vegetables and water, pure water, sunshine, fresh air. I think in general, I think we're all gravitating to that weather, and I think our entity friends are also helping us gravitate toward that because they they want us to understand, and we are beginning to understand that keeping our bodies purer will connect us easier.
Yeah, well, I think that the problem is that I'm living in a very large, in the capital of Bulgaria, and the problem is that we are all located in places where cars are polluting. We are polluting with plastics and our trash places for trash where they put all the trash from the cities are nearby, and they're also not clean enough, and the whole nature and the whole everything around us is polluted, and from there comes a very big issue with the healthy way of living in general.
I understand, especially when you have no choices. So really the only things that you can do is visualize yourself in a cleaner environment. Do anything you can in your own environment, whether that's air purifiers, water purifiers, things to make you feel. And also, one thing that I learned from Brad Johnson was a technique that oddly I just came to me about the visualization of the dissolving of the chemtrails from the airplanes, because we have a lot of air traffic here. But my point is that if you can visualize the toxicity in your environment not affecting you and becoming completely inert when it comes near you or your family, if you can try to visualize a clean energy around you, I think you might begin to feel better even if the environment around you has not physically changed. I think your perception of it may change if you feel as though you're the one in control of these chemicals affecting your family.
I have a perception switch on that whole conversation. You're only everything that you consume is energy. So if you wish to see it as negative energy, then it's going to be that way. You
Correct.
can pick up supermarket food. You can pick up any food. If you believe that there's chemicals on it, then what are you going to get? If you don't believe, if you think, this is going to help me, if this is healing, this is sustenance, then the sustenance will be there. If you believe that there's fluoride in your water, that's what's not going to stop it anytime soon. So if you believe that the fluoride is moving out of your area, the more people that start to believe that the fluoride is going away, that the fracking is going away, that all of this stuff is not necessarily harmful, though a different way of doing things, trying to get the energies out of the way. Because a lot of what we're doing at the minute is, it's been necessary for a certain amount of time, like genetically modified crops, because it means that we can get more food out on the market. So we're currently just working with new ways of increasing our food supply, increasing our agricultural abilities. And when we've kind of got through that idea, we're going to go, okay, most of these chemicals aren't benefiting us anymore. So we'll find a new one. We'll use different kinds of chemicals. We'll use different kinds of herbs. And it's all natural because man has made it. So it's all going to be energy at the end of the day.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
About the eating meat thing, I was told something different. I was told that eating meat actually lowers the vibration because you're eating the fear energy of the killed animal. I was told this by a spiritual master. His name is Elahe from the Pleiades, and he has a website on YouTube.
Yes, and do you prefer to buy into that? Because you don't know whether the animal felt fear or not. You just assume it felt fear.
And if you follow the idea from Abraham Hicks, is that there is no fear because the spirit exits before there is any fear or pain, and that they do not experience pain or fear anyway, as you say, because they understand it as an exchange of energy.
This is actually one of the things. A lot of humanity has gone. The animals are scared of when they're being killed. A lot of animals, maybe. I'd be at least a little bit rattled if somebody came at me and tried cutting my throat. But
Funny.
Yeah, good point.
One of the things we have to do, back in the day, it would have been many tribes of us fighting against other tribes of us. And that's how far the separation went, and it started to become closer. And as we're doing that, we're getting closer with the animals, which is then going to mean that we are becoming back in touch with these animals. And we've seen it with man and dog for hundreds and hundreds of years. Cats, they're a little bit different, but dogs, I personally find that they don't feel fear when they're going in and attacking something, they just go and do it. You know, most animals that we eat, they've probably been kind of led up to the point where they get a bullet in the brain, and they're not even allowed to know that what's going to happen.
But I do think, though, that as we all become more symbiotic with all of the creatures on the planet, I think we'll just automatically gravitate away from that, because the only reason that there is prey is because there's predators.
But how close can you be if, well, you can't get much closer than having the animal inside of you.
True.
You know, so it's only your mindset. If you believe that eating meat is bad, then there you go. If you believe that it's natural, you know, everyone's done it. Lots of animals do it, and they're probably not going to stop because.
But the point is that I think
like eating meat.
if it starts to make you not feel, if it makes your vibration feels it's not vibrating with your inner core, then yes, I think you'll just automatically gravitate away from it.
Yeah, that's all down to how you personally go at the end with the thing. Like, I personally find that different aspects of myself, where I've been integrating quite a few now, I've got a lot of them which are carnivorous. And I was very much vegetarian before I started channeling.
Really?
And I've started eating more meat.
That's interesting.
So,
Me too. I was also vegetarian for 2-3 years, and I was living very healthy. But now with the baby, I'm craving for meat somehow. Maybe because I'm nursing her, and I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Well, the understanding is that you're going
there are
to.
other ways of getting nutrients. That's the thing. Like, there are so many ways. You could possibly go out and, you know, forage, find all the leaves that have the iron, have all of the.
I know. I just, it's tasty, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
Everything on one bit of meat.
I think now I just look at it differently too. I just, you know, and it sort of gave new. It's interesting because it also gave me a new perspective on prayer before dining, because it's not something I grew up with, and well, a little bit, but anyway, the being thankful to each other for the exchange of energy.
I do say a prayer every time before eating.
I thought that you did.
But Wendy, same for me. Before I didn't find as much the resonance with it, but after, and since kind of in the past 6 months or so, and being part of a lot of human calling in the past two years, I've really understood on a deeper level the transference of energy. And that sense, if you want to look at it from a left brain understanding, an appreciation there, and knowing it's not nothing. Energy is never destroyed; it's only transferred always.
Exactly. I think that was the word I was trying to find. So thank you. Appreciation.
Sometimes when your gut bacteria craves a little bit of dairy, some days it craves a little bit of herbs. Sometimes it will crave even algae. I've noticed that my body, since trying spirulina, my body actually, it's had a very beneficial effect, and it's a weird taste. I feel like a fish when I drink it. But
what is it?
Spirulina is a seaweed.
Type of algae.
It's a seaweed, and it could be on powder. It could be also on pills. So you can drink pills instead of making it as a juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just chuck a little bit in a smoothie, and then it just goes down nicely.
It makes
I drink a lot of smoothies. I did finally give up milk, though. Milk has never settled well with me anyway, and but I finally did give up milk about, I don't know, 2 years ago, or about a year ago, I guess, and I felt better the next day.
I'm sure we will shift in many positions in the future. I'm sure we will change in a lot of ways, but it's good to have these conversations now.
Yeah,
and
but
then.
and we'll get more into this too with some of our webinars too, because anytime you want to talk about any of that, I've been through a lot of transformations as far as diet and exercise, not just exercise, but the way I look at my human vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody, just enjoy yourselves. Eat what you want. Have fun with it. Love
And
it.
you know what? That's what you said it, Sarah. That's the bottom line, Al. Just
Yeah.
eat what you crave.
I eat what I want.
And right, eat what you want.
Do what you want. Eat
Do what you want to do.
Eat what I want. When I want. And nobody can tell me don't eat at 3 o'clock in the morning because I am.
So really then, I think the only thing you need to be really cognizant of is what beliefs you're filtering, you know.
Are you talking to me, Dan?
To
I'm
everyone.
talking to everyone.
What, with the draconian?
Just then?
I just heard
think
something.
It's a noise. I think it's just a background noise.
That wasn't from me.
Oh.
So, yeah. Welcome to whoever.
Someone is pushing to come out.
Yeah, welcome to whoever just popped in.
Let me ask you guys, have you asked about what Bashar said for the 2027, 2032 first contact?
I think it's actually been accelerated.
Changed it to 2015, 2016. It's jumping around all the time.
Yeah. Right now the energy is at about 2016.
Because he said that at the summer solstice on the 21st of June, which is I've listened to it, which is a month ago. So I don't know. We have to compare the information. I would be happy if it's on the 16th, if it's soon, but it could be a bit later.
Well, the energy changes all the time.
Yeah, so he can't really think that's what it is.
I mean, it changes all the time. To a degree, it changes.
It's very important because if it's an open contact, a lot of people that are not interested right now will start looking for information, as we discussed that. And the people will go to people that already know about such things. So it will be a very interesting shift.
Oh, most definitely.
But I'm not sure because if it's very soon, like 2016, we have to be very prepared. And if it's a bit after that, we have more time to set ourselves.
Yeah, so understand it's not time, it's timing.
It's timing, yeah.
And there is no urgency, it's not like we have to get ready.
Just be yourself, okay?
Exactly. Everything is all the participants are going to be where they need to be when they need to be there.
Honestly, I feel like it might even be this year or the beginning of 2015.
May I share something?
Yes.
It's that 2015. I think that is the finalizing point where the human contact is happening between probably about 10 years ago till around about 15, 16. So then everyone that's going to be a main factor in it is going to be contacted. And then as the human counterparts and their spirit counterparts are basically preparing for this countdown to the contact, a lot of them will already have their contacts. They will have the vision to be able to see their spirit beings as well. Only if you choose to. You've got to remember that. It's all down to you. When do you want the contact to happen? How do you want your first contact to be? How do you want the group? How do you want your particular input into the group contact to be? And how is the group contact going to shift from little groups meeting and organizing stuff to a much wider audience, which is generally the global contact. And as that global contact gets closer, you will start to feel different things. You'll be able to hear what's going on a little bit easier. It won't just be a few people coming out and saying, this may happen, this may happen. You will have in your own mind what you wish to happen. because by that point, the guys that are assisting, they want to have most of the job done where we're believing in ourselves by that point, because there's going to come a time when we're going to stop going, Lakesh, what's this answer? Takur, what's this answer? And we're going to go, did you know about this, Lakesh? Did you know about that, Takur?
Yes.
So we're going to be more connected to ourselves, which means we're going to be of greater potential to the aliens, because we then know what our side of the story is going to be, they know what their side of the story is, and then we can share notes.
Right.
I think we are doing that already in the colonies, but not remembering is very, very frustrating.
Allow yourself to remember.
Yeah.
Say, I do remember, and then it will.
I've changed it, Elle, from I wish I would remember to I am remembering more and more every day. I am remembering more every day. And then every night when I go to sleep, I will remember more, I will remember more, I will remember more.
That's nice. Another technique I know about remembering your astro life is when you wake up, writing down. Absolutely, right after you wake up, start writing what you remember from the dream. And you remember more and more. Mm-hmm.
I have a part of a time writing it down. I don't know why. I feel like I have to capture it in my mind first before I can put it to paper. Because often, if I try to put it to paper first, my mind is too involved.
Mm-hmm.
Can I share something about a dream I had 2 days ago?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it started off, I was in my university kind of like dorm flat thing. There's some people kind of asking for drugs, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do that, I could do that. And I was like, I don't know where it was all coming from, because I was just making stuff up. And then everything appeared. Then the guards started coming. They were like, nah, we know what you're doing, we know what you're doing. So they started chasing me around this like apartment block. And I was there running around trying to find all these people. So as soon as I stepped outside of the apartments, I went, you know what, guys, I don't need you anymore. And I just kind of threw the drugs at them and just turned my back on it all. And I was like, that was quite fun. And then the guards just stopped. And then I went outside and I started to like pick stuff up using telekinesis. I was like, oh, a rock. Picked it up. Picked up a pencil, started picking up litter, putting it in the bin. I didn't even need to touch the stuff. I was just like, bang, put it in the bin. And then I saw a friend who was like, how'd you do that? I just looked at him, smiled, and went, yeah, it's cool, isn't it, mate? And just walked on, just picking stuff up using telekinesis, and then I woke up.
Nice. Cool dream.
Well, last time I was scared to use the telekinesis. This time I went, yeah, fuck it. I have this power, I'm going to do it.
So you were realizing it was a dream or not?
Oh no, like I'm seeing it more as the dream is getting me used to the idea of having these powers.
Oh yes.
Well, yes,
And
absolutely.
I've noticed that certain things that have been too spooky to count as false have been happening in regards to telekinesis and telepathy and.
Well, isn't that part of what we're doing though? Is we're visiting those dimensions in which we're able to do those things, and that's what we're trying to remember, so that we are comfortable with the understanding that we really do have that power to do that now.
Yeah, well, I've actually done it a few times in this particular form as well, like in my supposed waking state. Like I've looked at a door and gone closed, and it's just slammed shut. I've gone.
Oh, excellent.
I've looked at a pen, and it's kind of rolled over a few times, a little bit closer to me, as if saying, "Go on, you know, you want to draw something." And I was like, "Oh, that was cool." Like I keep noticing little subtle changes. Because if I was able to just go, come here and pick up whatever I want, it'd probably freak me a little bit in this form because I'm not used to being able to do it for a long time.
Well, that's interesting that you say that too about the telekinesis, because I've been wanting to practice it, and you know, there's something that keeps preventing me to do it from doing it, and I know it's just the fear of actually.
You're the only one stopping yourself.
Right. That, you know, I'm the only. I know. Why would I be afraid of a power that you know what I mean?
My particular fear of it was mainly brought on by things like X-Men and all of these mutants and shit like that, where they track down and the mutants are kind of segregated or hated because of their powers. And I've always seen myself as a little bit of mutant of humanity, and I kind of try and embody that anyway. And everyone's like, you know, it'll never happen, and I just try and kind of, well, not try, I'm basically stopping them from going into my mind, because, you know, what somebody else says, that may be happening in their universe, but I don't see it, because this is my universe. Everything outside of my universe is just hearsay.
Yes, very well put, and that's actually kind of the point I wanted to reiterate to Elle too, is that it, remember, we're passing through billions of universes every blink of an eye, so try to visualize yourself in the universe that you prefer, which is clean air, clean water.
Yeah.
Not affecting you, not affecting your family, and I think vibrationally, don't we move to that reality?
We do. I really, this technique, visualizing, I really didn't know it until now, because I'm doing, I'm imagining the crystal pyramid and a crystal inside, and I'm sending like from it's supposed to be in the fifth dimension, and I'm sending there rays of health, light, joy.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect. So you are actually already doing the visualization, which you did, you know, without even realizing you were doing it. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I am, and also I've noticed when I was in the bus when I was a student, I was riding in a bus with a lot of people in the traffic, and I don't know where it came in my mind, but I was like, I want all the attention from me to go in the ground right now. And when I say right now, like 10 of 30 people are turning their heads at that moment, and I'm repeating it. And at the moment I say right now, then the tension of energy is going down, and people have something like a tick, and they're moving at that moment. So I started doing that more often, and I was like, always when I'm nervous, I'm like, okay, now I want all the tension to get out of me and go in the earth right now. and I feel all the vibration going in my feet and moving away. So it's a nice thing to do, and it influences the people around you.
Oh yes, absolutely, because you're experiencing the power of your own energy.
Yes, so I am doing this as well with the baby when we go to sleep. I'm imagining our auras getting light, very bright. And suddenly, when I clean them, everything becomes so bright and so in light. It's very beautiful. So I'm doing part of this, but I've never imagined myself in cleaner. I will create my place somewhere to begin with.
Yes, and we'll talk about that too, and maybe perhaps at another time, maybe more, you know, in a separate seminar about creating spaces.
Yes. I will go, guys, right now to look after Mom. She's calling me. Okay, so much love and light from me, and I will see you soon. Okay, guys.
Love and light to you. Have a beautiful day.
Really happy I could be with you for some time today. Okay.
We're so happy.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I had to work on that pollution thing myself, and I think that's maybe why it got brought up now, because that's something I've been dealing with myself for a little while now. So I think maybe I needed to remind myself as well. I don't like to be in polluted places either.
Guys, I have to go.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Pegasus. You have a great day, and thanks so much for bringing your entity through.
Yes. I'll still be on Hangout on my cell phone, but I won't be able to do video hangouts. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See y'all later.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
You too.
See you soon.
Okay, what are you guys talking about? An Earth hologram?
Yeah, so basically everywhere that we live currently, this entire universe that we perceive as the universe is just a hologram anyway. So there is as much or as little space, because time is just a creation within space, as we wish. We can do or do not, as little or as much as we choose to. We can create or we can destroy. We're moving into a new hologram, because essentially it's just like steps of different levels of like an unlocking of new areas in a game. And once we've done this dimension, we can slide up and down, and then as we get further up, we can slide back down if we choose, or go further up. Like, we can go back, see if there's any more secret little unlock parts in third dimension, see if there's anything left in fourth dimension. Because that's what we're doing now, is we're finalizing our time in the fourth dimension.
So in that sense, like, let's say, for example, if we were going from third to fourth, or some people say from fourth to fifth, what happens is what we have in third dimension will not work in fourth dimension at all. So everything will change in that sense. Or when the Earth ascends, everything will just go back to its natural state. So all the electronics, all these buildings, everything will actually just, I think the better way of putting it is like it'll just disintegrate in its molecular form and just disappear. So I wonder sometimes if that's why, like, when the Atlanteans disappeared, or the Lemuria that they call it, and the earth changes that it went through at the time, we cannot find any material things like their buildings or their instruments or anything like that at all. The only thing is all nature and the natural stuff that we can find.
Well,
go ahead.
How about this? What if they were using that as their technology? We can't find it because we're looking for technology. We're looking for something, when all of the stuff that's there may be what they were using.
Well, I think where I get maybe lost in all of this is like yesterday's channeling with Roxy. If you close your eyes, it does not exist until you are aware of its existence. So therefore, if you close your eyes and you turn around, do you think that building is still there? No, it's not there. It's not there till you turn around and look at it again. So that's where I get lost about I'm like, okay, well, if it didn't exist at all, that's just
Right,
a
or
weird
like
idea.
it'll exist only when you bang your head on it and then you start bleeding.
You know, in other words, if you listen to it, it's like, okay, then that means that I'm staring at this computer, which is, she used that analogy. You think you're staring at that computer and then you turn around and you think it's still there right behind you. Guess what? It's not.
Wendy,
Yeah.
are you getting confused with the idea that it completely ceases to be when you're not looking at it?
Yes.
Here's my perspective on it. I don't know if this will help you out, though. I find it doesn't cease to be because nothing ever ceases to be. It just moves into a different dimension.
That's what I mean. Your focus.
We
I don't
move
mean
our awareness to something else. So in that moment of awareness, everything else is outside of your awareness. It doesn't
that's what I
cease
meant.
to be.
Yeah, it doesn't cease to be. It's just you're not focusing there. You're focusing on something else now.
That's
So
the
yes.
same with everything.
So everything exists all at once, all the time. It's just a matter of what you choose to be perceiving at that moment.
Yeah. Do you want to listen to this radio station, or do you want to watch TV for a bit? That kind of idea.
Correct. But I think that's where I still get lost in the fact of if everything, but it doesn't. It's because I'm still too stuck in three-dimensional logic. That it's like, okay, there are no artifacts. That's why we're not finding anything, because isn't it just a different frequency?
Right. So if it's a different frequency, if you're going higher, then we are going on fourth or fifth dimension. So that's what I'm saying. So once you go up in the frequency, the one below it is invisible to us, or we can't use it until you choose to get down to that frequency or dimension. Like, for example, fourth dimension being coming to third dimension being, and still they can't physically manifest in this dimension. So they won't be able to just drive a car if they, they can't even show up in physical form. So we can't really expect anything else on that part.
To a higher dimension, that car may be a big metal machine like Monster. We see it with small children. They'll pick up a stick and go, "Oh yes, I've got a sword," or "I've got a gun." It looks to people who are feeling in a lower vibration, unless they choose to take part in it, and then they see it as, or at least attempt to see it for what the child believes it to be. So if you look at a stone and go, "Oh, that's a nice stone," then you're gonna be left with that perspective of what it is. But if you look at it and go, "It's a massive supercomputer for an ant colony," you never actually know. You could be walking by a huge supercomputer that is just a tree to this perception. Though if you look into it, all trees are giant connectors to the supercomputer of Earth. So if you look at it in a higher vibration, there's no wrong thing that it is, and there's no right thing that it is. So all of these artifacts may just be hiding to our perception until we choose to view it.
Right, like we're not yet of the vibration to find them.
Speak for yourself. I personally, I'm on my way up it.
I mean, humanity.
Well, it starts with one. If you start saying, "No, I don't," then that's going to make others say, "No, there's no other dimension there." If you say, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way up," then think of all the others who are going to come up.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
Wendy, think about this. Remember we were talking about the trees. And remember what Angalia said about the trees, that we can get the information from it. He's right. The trees are a supercomputer.
Oh yeah, no, that I agree with that wholeheartedly. But yes, I understand what you're saying too, Prana, that as I understand it too, we're exiting the hologram.
But there is a part to what Prana was saying where everything below it would kind of cease to be. It would, in a sense, to a 2D person, you know, a square is a square. To a 3D person, a square is a cube. To a 4D person, a square is a tesseract. So on. You know, if you look at a flower, a circle, you know, you could either see it as a line, you could see it as a circle, you could see it as a sphere, or you could see it as one section of the flower of life, which will then keep building into a giant flower, which then could turn into the tree of life, which then you could use all of the all geometry to create everything that is currently available to us. Whether or not you want to see one side of the edge, or if you want to see inside, outside, around side, through it, up through it, you know, if you want to see just straight on the corner. That's what being multi-dimensional is about, is just seeing every single side of it.
It's interesting.
Every single corner, little tiny holes that are in the side of it that you wouldn't notice unless you were like down on the level of it. You'd see it as a cave.
Yes. Yes.
I love this.
I do too. It's funny because permission slips and all. I had purchased a pair of earrings quite some time ago, and they're the Tree of Life. And it was funny because now that I look back on that day in linear time, you know, this is the day my whole life changed the day I purchased those earrings. And I know it's silly, and I know it, but it happened, and I still don't have an explanation for it. I don't know. I don't know what it opened in me, or if I just bought them because I don't know which came first, you know, the chicken or the egg. But it's like, okay, did I open it? Did I buy them because I was opening up my mind, or did I open up my mind because I bought them?
Wendy, you said. Yeah, well, you said right at the very beginning, I don't know if it's a permission slip or that. You said the answer right there before you even said the question.
And the answer's in the question.
It was before the question. It was as if you said the answer and then went, I'm doubting myself.
Well, you know, it's funny because now I'm almost at that point, like we were talking about earlier. We're at the point now where almost sometimes you start to ask the question and you realize that you already have the answer, so there's no more need for the question.
There we go.
It's like it comes and goes, you know.
We're all already there. We just need to pay more attention to it. I not need, you know, you can choose to. There's no need to do anything anymore.
Well, I wonder though if I suppose I feel like I should be pausing more deliberately to allow the answer before I even ask the question.
Or, if you've got a question, say the question in your mind first.
That's what I mean. Say it in my mind first and allow the answer
yourself it.
Before
before you ask others.
That's what I mean. Before I ask others, ask the question, see if I receive, you know, wait and see if I receive the answer. Hi, Sabrina.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hello, everybody.
And how are you this beautiful day?
I am great.
Woo! That's what I like to hear.
I am very good.
Woo! So, you want to share about your good day, sweetie?
Not really.
I knew it. I could tell by your voice you had that. I had a good day and I ain't telling nobody about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got that little.
I have a good.
I see your
Yeah.
secret smile. I see it. I see it.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Oh, you can't hide from me.
Time for you to find out.
You can't hide you can't hide your vibe from me.
Oh, really?
I wish you would tell us because we were on all serious topics. It's time for
Well,
something
that's why. But see, that's why she came in.
just to have fun.
Well, I am going to have fun tonight. I actually have to do my hair. I'm having fun tonight. I'm going dancing.
Oh, that's
Yay!
Yes. So I'm going to go out tonight.
Okay, we're
Hopefully.
gonna be dancing in your head, you know.
Okay. All right. So I'll bring
Hey,
you along.
just so you guys know that this is live.
That's okay. We could talk about dancing.
Okay.
I know.
Thank you for that, Prana.
Thank you for bringing it up, Prana.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Anyways, yeah. No, so I'm going dancing, have some fun, enjoy myself, 3D world.
There you go.
Now it sounds like an amusement park.
Well, guess what, kids?
It's like, I'm about to go to Disneyland, people.
What do you, this is just one big Disneyland.
Park for us now.
Say what?
3D world is an amusement park for us now.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what they're trying to tell us.
Yeah. So take ourselves a little bit, I guess, lighter.
Yeah.
And
It's
enjoy more 3D. So.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right?
See,
Sarah?
that's why we needed you to pop in. So that's why we needed you to pop in.
Yeah, yes, laughter. We need laughter. You know I can always do that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So how did it go today, guys? It was too early for me. I couldn't join. It was just too early.
You should watch. Watch the video.
I didn't watch it yet either, Sabrina. I wasn't in. I had other things I needed to attend to, but yes, I haven't watched it yet either.
Yeah, I couldn't get up that early and I went to sleep late, so
I did get to come in at the end though and say hi to Jim. That was the first time I got to say hello to Jim, so I enjoyed that very much.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So I was happy about that. So we got to say our hellos. I missed his channeling though, so I'll have to go back later and listen to that.
Oh, all right. But I'm sure he imparted, well, the Cash and Takar and whoever else came imparted good information as always. So, and some enlightenment upon all of us.
Yeah. Some of these men over here are so serious.
You're on your own, Sarah.
Oh my God, over here, like, wow.
You're on your own. You're gonna have to.
Where are all the girls?
I know.
Where are all the girls so I can laugh?
Yes, right? Who's there? Let me see. I can't really see because I'm on my phone, so I can't tell what's going on.
I love you guys. I know that.
Gordon is there? Hello, Gordon.
Yeah.
I guess he's not there.
Gordon, buddy.
Gordon.
He's here in spirit.
Oh, he's there in spirit. Okay. Hi, Dan.
Where are the boys now? First they were all here.
Well, see, that's because you're saying where's all the girls?
Yeah, I was saying where's all the girls because I was just like, oh my God, we're so serious.
I know.
Yeah.
See, Sabrina came in to lighten up the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No, she reminded us to dance.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
so you know where the boys went? Do you know where the boys went?
What,
No,
they were,
we're all still here.
Oh.
There's a story.
I cracked myself up.
where are all the boys now? You got scared away from all the girls.
I guess so. Scared them away, Sam.
Yeah. You scare them away. They're afraid. Yeah. Maybe they went for a drink or something.
So what are you wearing?
Who?
What are you gonna wear dancing?
Oh.
No idea.
No idea?
No
Figure it out.
Good question, but no idea. I will figure it out.
Okay.
Has to be comfortable because I don't want to be sitting. I want to be dancing.
Yeah,
Just shirt and high heels.
I think you should wear a flirty dress.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. The twirls.
Yes, a twirly flirty dancy dress.
She wants a tutu.
No, it needs to flow and float.
Let me see. I'm trying to think what dress is that.
Franti. Franti, we hear your music.
What's the temperature? What's the temperature where you are, Sabrina?
It's warm.
Okay,
Even
so
though it's supposed to get a little bit chilly tonight. But it's
that's
warm.
okay. But warm enough for like a nice summer, dress and sweater or.
Yeah.
Okay, Gordon, we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye, Gordon. We love you.
Say hello to me.
He's on a conference call.
Oh, he's on a conference call? Okay. Bye, Gordon.
Yeah, that'd be good though. Yeah, something summery, and it's such a short season.
Yeah. That's very, very
What
short.
kind of music do you go dance to? Do you just do like the club?
Well, normally, but I'm doing Spanish music this time.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I love dancing to Spanish music. My husband's Puerto Rican.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh.
Except he can't dance for nothing. He has zero rhythm. Zero. Do you know a Puerto Rican woman tried to teach him to dance and she threw up her hands in frustration and said, "You're hopeless." She says, if anybody can teach him to dance, I can. I said, hey, go try. I said, because I'd like to dance with him.
I'd be able to teach him how to dance.
You think? No.
No, seriously. I tend to get those who everybody say, oh, he can't dance, or
that's what she said.
They swear by it. I cannot dance.
Honey, you cannot give a person rhythm if they don't have it.
Listen, everybody has rhythm. Listen to me, Wendy. Everyone has rhythm.
Well, he has rhythm. It's just not the same as the song.
Listen, let me tell you what.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree to disagree with you.
I'm going to put it this way. This is why I tell everybody, yes, they have rhythm. If you did not have rhythm, you wouldn't be able to walk.
Well, they have rhythm. They just don't know how to follow the rhythm with the music.
I don't mean none, okay? I realize I'm being exaggerating here, but you know what I mean.
I know that's what you mean, but people need to.
Speaking of which, you know what? I gotta go.
Okay.
I'll come back. I'm gonna come back in later, maybe in about an hour. I'll see if you guys are around, okay?
Okay.
Smoochie, bye.
Smooches.
She left.
Yes.
Anyways, so as we were saying, yeah, it's. I have to say though, I always have to dance with somebody who can dance.
That's true.
I mean, really, really know how to dance, especially Spanish.
I dance with everybody. I don't care how good or bad they are, really, as long as they want to dance.
Yeah. No, if it's you know, club music, it doesn't matter because you're separate. But Spanish music, I have to have. I mean, I used to have actually this friend, right? That whenever we went to a party and he was there, we always danced together. Because he was an excellent dancer.
Yes.
But I need to have a good dancer.
It's always better to have a good dancer, but I like to give people a chance to see that they can dance and not be so shy and be wallflowers. So I can dance with everybody if they want to even try, you know?
Yeah. I don't mind that. Just do it with somebody else. No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have danced with people that don't know how to.
Yeah, you know, you kind of have to pull yourself back at that point, but at least you're making sure you're having fun and someone else is having fun. So.
Yeah, no. The thing is though that you know when both of your steps have to match, otherwise you go really wrong and get stepped on a lot.
Oh, I've done that many times. I've even done it so far as, you know, I was dancing with someone and they stepped on my big toe and my nail just began to bleed profusely.
Ooh.
Yes, so it's like I've had the worst of the worst of the worst. And this is because I was dancing nearly every Saturday at a salsa club, okay?
Yeah, that is difficult. I don't envy you. I would have been
No, I was on the floor fainting at that moment, just like with the wilted flower.
Yes. Did everybody leave? Everybody left.
They're leaving just now. Francie, do you want to take it off live?
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye,